Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of our Minecraft Xbox One Survival Let's Play. I've made a couple of changes since last episode. Now, these are mainly to do with the rail track system we have above my head here. Now, essentially the problem I was having before I changed it is that essentially 2 of the 4 junctions didn't work. Their timings were out massively and the minecarts would go through the junctions before the track would have changed. So, I've simplified it considerably since then, and I've made the decision that, obviously based... Let me take a step back. So essentially, originally, the whole reason that we were having these extended, super complicated timers that would hold open the track for more periods of time was so that we could have players in minecarts go with, like, minecart chests and things like that to destinations. But with Elytra in the game now, it's not really necessary anymore because I can get there faster than I ever need to. The only other thing I would think of needing is if I was transferring villagers from one place to another. But then again, I could still do that by swimming in, well, riding a boat on the track lines. I think that's the easiest thing I could do. So, with the 2 problems out the way, what I've done is considerably just reduce down what I needed from them. So essentially, what we've got going here is I'll show you with this one over here, for example. So I spun them all around. 2 of them are actually already in the right place anyway, which is those 2. The blue and the magenta one here just weren't working. So what we've done is I've spun them around so that the comparator now faces onto the inside part of the circle, or this weird, I wouldn't call this a circle, but probably complete set of the track. It then goes into 2 repeaters, which are either 6 ticks total or 7 ticks, depending on if they have to flip the signal at the top here, because that's how the track piece needs to be. Now, with these 2 that are on this side, the magenta and the light blue, these are 6 ticks in the repeaters because an additional tick is gained through this redstone torch being changed. So yeah, it does actually work now, which is really, really nice. I haven't got any wool to test it though, because I keep throwing mine away. But yes, I've done the exact same with this one as well. This one I've actually ripped out the entire system that connected to it, torn the tree out which was in the way. It didn't really look very nice, and I've added a new tree in right there to try and cover up a little bit of the stuff. Now, with these 2 which actually connect inside this house, these just need a little bit of I wouldn't say terraforming, but tearing back out. As you can tell, I've disconnected the 2 lines from doing anything. So this one actually does the same. I disconnected it over here. If I just jump up, you can kind of see where I did it. I disconnected the line here, so these 2 do not function anymore, so this slime block pushing the redstone block inside the house isn't actually necessary anymore, which is a little bit of a shame, really. It was so cool to have that in the end. We've had it for about 18 months or so, but in the end, it's not needed, because the game's just moved beyond that since. Now, obviously, all the tracks are currently still looped together, which means that any sort of chance that I get that I can extend any of them, I can without messing anything up. Why have I got these named? I forgot that I actually named everything, but the names aren't too great. Now, on to today's episode. Today, I wanted to focus mainly on adding a completely automatic melon farm to our system as well. Now, obviously, we've got the pumpkin farm down at the bottom with the minecart, which is actually still on a separate track. We haven't actually got round to connecting this piece up to our main line right here. So, we're going to add the melon track to this one for now. And I've actually terraformed, well, tore out one of the unhollowed out buildings that we had on the side wall, which I'll get to in just a second, but I need to gather some materials first for the build. Now, we actually do need some oak wood, which is, I think, should be enough to cover the floor right there, but we also need the ceiling, so I'll take that as well. We need some hardened clay. Mostly it's white hardened clay, which I don't have any at the moment, so I can just make some. And we need, actually we've got a little bit there, and I also need not a lot, but just a tiny bit of light grey. I'll show you why in just a second. This is the one with the stuff in, so we'll take that. That will cover 8, 16, 32, 40, so I'll take 24 away. Why does it keep doing that weird split? So I'll leave that there. And light grey we can actually make now, which is really nice. So let's just take those and make some light grey as well. Previously, I was just making it via, that's grey. Now, is it this? Yes, there we go, light grey. Okay, awesome. I think 8, 16, 24 should be enough for the dark grey. Everything else should be okay, so let's just do a bit of crafting. First of all, let's make my dark grey. Use that, shove that in the middle, and then just kind of grab these terracottas like this. Now, people may have noticed on the channel recently we've been doing a new series of, obviously, Minecraft Pocket Edition, aka the Windows 10, Xbox One official edition, which have all got cross-platforming on now, which is much better, I think. I mean, it's taking a lot of getting used to. It's very, very different to the version of the game that I play right now. But I think I will keep both series going back-to-back for now, and to kind of see how they're doing. Obviously, the Pocket Edition Let's Play is being doing with Connor, aka Evie and Logix, and it's a nice change of pace to have some multiplayer in there as well. And obviously, I have mentioned a few times, I don't know if it's the episode's gone live where I mentioned it, I think it's episode 2, so it probably has at this point. But what we're doing is, I'm going to set up a realm, but I want to do the realm after I've had my chance to have a sort of kind of get used to that version of the game, because obviously the redstone's quite different in that version, and so is basically the mechanics of how the controller works, because I'm so used to pressing certain buttons to change perspectives. For example, my left analog stick, just to look at you guys, it's actually a different button on that version. So let's just grab this here. I'm just going to keep going with the floor first of all. The floor will end up coming back out in just a minute, but I wanted to get the base layer of this house done first. I just realised I don't need that wooden section across the back of the house, because it's actually going to be hidden by the solid wall of white stained clay. Let's just do this. I don't really want to turn all of this into wood unless I have to, so let's just take our time here. I think the roof isn't as important, so what I'll do is I'll do the roof off camera at some point. You don't really want to watch me placing wood for the next 20 minutes then, do you? So the melon farm's going to be situated in this house, and I'm realising I'm putting the floor in, but I'm going to end up having to tear the floor back out later, because what I've got to do is I've got to put the track in under the floor. And I think that's probably going to be the first thing we're going to have to do, is we'll design the layout that we want for it, and then we need to be very careful and make sure that we get the design correct. Now, I think it's actually going to point in on it. Ooh, let's do that. There we go. So that's the floor done. Let's just grab some white terracotta. I've probably made too much, but that's probably a good thing, though. Tear out these 2 blocks that I missed. This is actually the staircase on the outside, so we kind of have to be careful with that and just avoid breaking it. So what we're going to do here is go around, don't want to place there, and we're going to just run a solid wall all the way across the back here to the other side. Then we're going to bring it round to here, and then this is where it gets clever, is because I'm going to put that there, and we're going to actually bring you see the dark grey building that we have right here? It's going to come all the way through, and yeah, it's going to cover it up to there, which means we can just kind of build like so. That's a waste of a terracotta piece at the top there, because nobody will ever see it. But what I can do is just light up that platform up there, just in case a mob ever comes out, which is going to be 1 block tall. It's unlikely, but if it ever does, it's mob proofing it. I mean, I wonder if a baby zombie had spawned there, but I think they're slightly over a block tall. Okay, so that should be enough there. So let's just get the rest of this on my bar, and then run the white terracotta around the room. Because then obviously the ceiling will hide the gap that I've just created with the torches. And the same with that corner over there, which we're just going to waste some terracotta in. I mean, I'm not desperate to keep hold of every single piece of terracotta that I possibly can, because I've got 4 mesas in this world, which essentially, I've obviously already decided to turn one of them into my sort of mesa collection point. It's the biggest of the 4, but still, I think it's worth it though. I definitely made way too much terracotta. We'll probably have to make another building made out of this coloured stuff. Probably actually didn't really realise I needed so little. But yes, so this is actually nice that this is coming along now. So we'll fill this in right here. I wonder if I'm ever actually going to need any more. I probably will actually need to put 2 pieces of white terracotta here and here, so that when it does walk into that next part of the room, if I just kind of do a little bit here, you'll probably realise what I've got the problem of, is it's going to run like that across the top. So when I slab this, you're still going to be able to see that. And yes, I kind of have to change a couple blocks here as well. What can I tear out here that doesn't look stupid? Looks like I'm going to have to put a slab above this right here. Don't have any slabs on me at the moment though. Oh, axe. There we go. Oh, and that's the same, because that's the door. So maybe what we'll have to do is slab it for 3 blocks there. 1, 2, 3 as it comes in. Can we take this one out? Presumably, because it's a piece of cobblestone. What I will do is I'll make a quick crafting bench, because we're going to need one in here at some point anyway. Shove it in the corner and just make some slabs. We need 9. That's 12. That's fine. Or actually, the last 3 can go on the floor where my feet are. They can go right there, just as a connecting piece. So it actually just walks into it much smoother. This building is a little bit of a mess because it has the track in it. But I want to be able to connect this track under the floor. So we'll use the floor underneath. Excuse me. We'll use the spiral staircase here underneath because this is actually the ground floor of this building. And it will walk into this one right here. We do need to torch up the room though, so we'll do that right now. So we just put them every so often round the wall. One there, one here. Pretend that's a window. So we have one there. We leave... How many block gaps is it between them? It's 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Bam. There we go. Almost there. Into the corner. Ignoring those 3 there. And put one there and there. I think the corner should be well covered, so that's okay. And then I'm just going to run a ring of oak wood planks round the ceiling. Just so I don't have to look at those torches at the top. I can kind of see what the room's going to look like. That one doesn't need to be there because it will actually be oak. I'm going to run out of oak. I didn't realise that I didn't bring as much as I thought. I didn't realise how big this room is, I guess. So let's just do this quickly. I'm going to bring it round like so because we don't really get a choice with that part there. We'll just fill in that little bit of a gap that we've got going there. So the roof will be filled in at some point. I don't have enough. I might as well just chuck in this last little bit. It's not going to do as much as I thought. Yeah, but I'm going to get to about where the stairs are. And put 1 block there. So yeah, we kind of need more to go on the roof. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go and get some minecart tracks. We're going to go and grab my shulker boxes for my redstone. And for my rail systems. And we're going to get on with building this melon farm. Now, the question is, I need to make sure I grab melons, buckets. Let's kind of get a list going here before I forget, because I think most of it's redstone based, but I'm going to need dirt, buckets, and melons, I think is the key one. So we need this redstone shulker box and this one. I don't remember if I've got melons in there, but I'm pretty sure that I've got melons over at the skeleton farm, which I could use. We've got 17 here, which isn't that bad. Yeah, let's just use 17 for now. I can obviously fill in the rest afterwards. We're going to need the diamond hoe. So that's a good start. I need to make sure I get the gear, because this is the problem I usually have when I start building stuff, is I'm not prepared for it. Bone meal to grow the stems. Do we need anything else out of this chest? I don't think so. I might have to be back again in a minute. This chest, there's 1 melon in there, which we'll nick. And up here, we need the buckets. Mainly just need 2, but I'll just grab, like, yeah, 2's fine. Nothing else really out of there that we'll need. We need a minecart is what we're going to need. Do I have a minecart in the shulker box? Yes, I do. Hopper in the redstone box. We're okay. Then we just need a little bit of dirt. And is that it? I think that might be it, you know. The best thing to do, though, is to go inside the... Let's go inside the pumpkin farm and have a look. Because I want to make sure I get this right. That's the key thing. Is obviously, I know the build. It's not too bad itself. It's just... Why is there a dirt block there? We're going to need some carpet to cover up the water. But besides that, we just need a lot of the observer blocks. Now, I haven't got any observer blocks to hand at the moment, which is a little bit annoying. But that's how, essentially, the full automation of this farm works. Pistons and stuff are fine. Looks like the system just activated on its own anyway. Why have I got a piston there if there's no melon there? That's a complete waste of a piston. Unless it's there for design. I don't remember what I was doing with that. But yeah, so this looks pretty simple to me. It's just a line of pistons next to the stuff. I will actually just take a quick screenshot of that so I know what I'm doing. Yep, that's fine. Sorry about that. A very, very loud dog was barking in the background of the video, so I'm going to have to cut out fairly most of that last sort of couple minutes or so, but that's okay. Didn't really do anything in it. I was kind of just thinking about how the plan was going to work. Nearest water source is down here, which means I'm going to have to go all the way over here just to start the farm, but essentially what we've decided to do is we're going to make 2 right next to each other, but we'll connect them to the same system. I think that's the easiest thing to do, is we've actually got the space in this building to do it. It probably will actually just end up being a sort of the same amount of melons to pumpkins that we have in the actual pumpkin farm. So we're going to do them in a line here. We'll do the other one right next to it. And see if maybe we can squeeze a third one in. But with the redstone next to this one, I think it's just going to be 2 next to each other, back to back to back. So, I mean, we've got the benefits of having this, is we've got the space to work in all of it. Let's just place this here. That can go there. I actually might have too many melons. Seems a weird thing. So these all get hoed. This is where our melons go, because the melons actually get pushed onto the minecarts, which will be underneath this. We're going to do the minecarts last, because I want to get the system set up on one side, and then build that one first. A little bit of a weird way of doing it, but I want to make sure everything's correct. Let's just do these. So, that's the minecart one. We don't need that yet. What we do need is this one, and we only have a couple sets of pistons. So, we're going to get our pistons running along the side here, like so. I'm actually going to be one short, aren't I? Oh no, I've got more than enough. It's just me miscounting again. There you go. I don't really need to be in shift mode, but that's fine. So, this is... So, we need the detection stuff now. So, that's where it gets a little bit tricky. So, we'll end up with bars across the top here with an observer block. I will actually have to switch back to standard crafting so I can figure out how to craft an observer block, because I have forgotten. It's not one of those things that I remember the crafting recipe of, because it's a modern thing to the game, and I haven't really crafted them before. So we will end up probably putting 4 out of the 8 on both sides, so that it will actually activate quite quickly, because obviously the melons don't give you a full block, they smash into 1,000,000 pieces. Yeah. Not great. So, we're going to stick with that weird design that I was going with on this side, just so I kind of know what's going on. Because we kind of have to do a little bit funky stuff with the redstone now, so that we actually can do everything we need to. So, let me grab my screenshot and I will be right back, and we can get on with doing the redstone for this build. Luckily, checking my screenshot made me allow to the fact that I was actually missing half the components in the screenshot itself. So what we need to do is we're first of all going to place everything we need in with the solid blocks, which is pretty much that. Then we need 2 more solid blocks right here, because this is where it's actually going to dig into the wall. Not by too much though, but it's enough that it's going to make it a little bit of a pain. We need some repeaters, redstone dust. We need 2 sticky pistons. We need 2 normal pistons, which we've already got in my inventory. We're going to need 8 repeaters. I think I've just got enough there. 2 redstone blocks, and then a lot of redstone dust. And that should be enough, I think. Leave the 2 blocks there. Get that. There we go. Aha. So, first of all, we want to run a line of redstone all the way across this, all the way around this, like so. So it doesn't matter which side of... the observer block activates, it will always go to the middle right here. There's 2 repeaters right here. Then we've got a set of solid blocks behind the pistons right here. So we'll place those in as well, both sides, so we can see that this thing works, like so. And this is just essentially, this is your redstone line which connects the pistons to everything else. So if we zoom in on one of my sides of my shot, I shouldn't really be copying from screenshots in the video, but it's better than me trying to do redstone on the fly. Hopefully this will work now. Place 2 blocks right there, like so. And then this is where it connects to my piston, but this is a little bit of a funny way of connecting to a piston, because the sticky piston goes there, normal piston goes here. The normal piston is just there to push the sticky back to position again. So we'll get our normal piston, there we go. Actual redstone block goes there. This 1 repeater goes here. There we go. And then we have some more oak planks going here. 2 more repeaters, another oak plank, and a redstone dust right there. And that's it, really. So that's pretty much all of it. So now, essentially, when it works, what will happen is the redstone block will push over to there. This thing has enough of a delay, so it pushes everything through. We just kind of need to repeat that on both sides. I also need to kind of make this look nice, so I will try and hide some white terracotta behind all this gravel. I didn't realise how much gravel was going to be in the wall, though. There we go. Let's just do a bit more on this side, too. How much do I need? Let's just fill this in. I've got so much to spare, it doesn't really matter now, because of the fact that I made too much earlier in the video. So that indents 1 block like so. Then we'll do exactly the same system on this side. So we dig these 2 blocks there and those 2 right here. I'm actually going to just dig out this little bit of dirt. There is a little bit of a gap here because this is where I raised up my area so that I had flush platforms and flush walkways outside. That there, that here. Need the other piston here. We're actually going to run out of pistons, so I won't be able to build the second one, which means I'm going to have to be very careful how I set up the minecarts on the first one without causing it to leak water all over the place. But yeah, that's essentially the entire system setup. So let's go to my options, my interface, and turn off classic crafting just a minute so that I can figure out how to craft an observer block. I'm pretty sure it needs quartz. Observers. It's 1 quartz, 2 redstone dust. Okay, so we're going to need about 816. So we need to go into the Nether, especially on episode 66. I mean, you can't really not go into the Nether when your episode count pretty much suggests that you should be doing it, even if it's a fun opportunity to avoid it. Let's just eat some food before we go in. Have I got a fortune pick on me, which will save me so much time? Yes, I actually do. I'm planning ahead. That's weird. That's not usually like me. But yeah, so that pumpkin farm's really easy. That melon farm's actually really easy to set up. It's not too much stuff either, which is nice. It's just 2 pistons. The slime ball, I think, is the hardest thing you're going to have to find, because quartz is obvious in the end of the day. Why is there a pigman suffocating in a wall somewhere? Hi, guy. Oh, you were in my portal? Are you coming for me? Oh, okay, thank goodness for that. I thought for a second there the pigmen were angry in my nether. I thought, I haven't hit them, so I wonder what has. But yeah, I had to gas-proof my portals. They kept getting knocked out every time I would come into the nether. So I've had to gas-proof this one. This is the main portal anyway. So we will actually just jump up here. And luckily, I've only recently just chucked some cobblestone in here. Aha, we do indeed have cobblestone in that chest. So let's just run back over to our melon farm again. But yeah, the hardest thing I think is going to be connecting all of these to, obviously, it's going to be 1 minecart. So the minecart's going to be picking up quite a lot. I mean, I think it's straightforward to start with. I think all the torches should be on the pillars above them, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they should be on the blocks that are not going to be observer blocks. Let's use this really weird crafting screen. I really don't like this. After I've used the other one for so long. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What am I short of? Cobblestone, of course. I'll use 12 for now. 6 of each should be fine. Then I can switch back to the standard crafting that I like. User interface, classic crafting. There we go. You can obviously kind of see all my settings in the background there as well. So let's just kind of put them in random positions. Let's do alternate ones so it kind of looks good. We'll do the same on this side. We'll do 1 here, here, and here. We've got to make sure that they're pointing down, though. So that's the hard bit, is to get them pointing down. Because I think if I... Oh, no, if I stand here, that's fine. Or is that... no, they're upside down, aren't they? They're pointing up. Now, this is the thing, is I don't use observer blocks enough to know this. So it's a good thing if I head over here. I'm pretty sure the detection point should be pointing into the block that you're looking for. Pretty sure that the redstone pulse thing should be above it. Yes, it is. Okay. So I do learn things very slowly. But that's down to me not using observer blocks enough to know what they do. So obviously those 3 that we just placed in right there are the wrong way around. So you actually place them from above, which is nice. I guess they thought that through when they were designing these things. So these 3 wouldn't have worked if we'd left them the way they were, which is a little bit odd. But I think you should have to place them down. I guess that's just the way they did it though, I guess. So let's just jump up here. Now we can place some torches in, and it's pretty much done. Like, I mean, if we do 2 torches in the middle like so, and I've placed those 2... Those 3 on that side and a different place to this side, and that's just going to bug me. So let's just tear out these. I just need to be on the same place. That's just me being petty. So let's just put that there. We need to grab the redstone as well. Let's do this again, shall we? There we go. And just run dust all the way along this. And that's pretty much it done. We just need to connect those 3 on that side. Plant our melons, grow them, and then everything should be great. So we've got 18 here. We're going to need 16 for the farm. And obviously 18, 42 should be more than enough. What am I saying? 42 should be enough bone meal to do this. Should hope so anyway. Just one that will refuse to grow or something stupid. There we go. But, they're getting inside that bit. It's going to be quite close. 16 to go with 6. Oh. 7 with 2. There we go. 5 with the last one. And 2 remaining. What I will do is torch up those bottom corners right there. so that light can get in and no mobs can spawn. The question is now, obviously, now that we've seen the size of the farm, have we got enough space to do a second one? Is there even enough space full stop anyway? Probably isn't, actually. Looking at this, it's 3 blocks to the piston. That's the piston there. So that's your piston block. Then you've got 1, 2, 3 down the middle. No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 piston block. That's your 2 sets of pistons. And then obviously that goes 2 further back into that wall. We could probably get away with doing a second one in here. It'd be very, very cramped, especially with this being right here. Is the fact that I have to leave a gap is the problem. Yeah, because this will connect otherwise. I'm going to actually have to push it up a block if I wanted a second one here. Oh well. So for now we'll do with 2, but I will probably extend this building by the 3 blocks, which is this pillar, in that direction so that we can make another one in here. But now we're going to have to do the opposite thing now, and we're going to... Oop, it looks like it already activated, which is cool. Yep, looks like we had our first melon grow, which says that it works, which is nice. There we go. I'm just going to drain it back to there. And then we'll put a stopper in right here, just so I can get underneath the dirt blocks. Looks like this side activated as well. Is there another one? It must have activated again. Yeah, look, there's another one just grown. See, it's working very quickly, as we've already got 18 back, and we haven't even really done anything yet. So I need this. We need our minecarts, powered rails, and redstone torches out of here. It looks like they're already in my inventory, which is nice. It's gone again. Wow, this thing works very quickly. 26 now. Let's get underneath this then, shall we? So we need to get to... Let's do a U-turn in this thing at some point. So we'll bring it... Needs to be under here. This is the block right there. So this is the line that we need to connect it to. Oh, there's a cave right here. Hello. Should probably light this cave up. I didn't realize there was a cave underneath this building. That's kind of distracting me a little bit, but that's fine. Is this the cave that the thing comes up from? I think it is. This is where I actually bridged away from last time when I was building the spiral staircase, which is containing the... losing my words. The minecart track. There we go. It's been a long day. Just get rid of this gravel. I don't really need it. So we're under one side here. Same again. We just got to dig it round. And what we're going to do is just keep digging, keep going. Where's the end? There it is. There's the end. And I will place a torch in here. I don't know if it's ever going to spawn anything. It probably won't. We need to bounce it off the wall, or we bring it round in a circle. So we use that as our connecting piece right there. We'll put that torch on this block here so that it connects. Where's our normal track? There it is. So we'll do 2, then we'll go 1. I kind of got to place blocks as I go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Round the corner here. Ooh, not down. I'm going to put a torch here. I'm going to put another one of these. And then we're going to do exactly the same on this side. We'll do 1, 2 at the end. Oh no, did we even hit the end? No, we didn't. Did now. There we go. So we put a torch here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the last one goes there. Break that block. Put one of those. Place one of those between it. And then really it just needs the minecart connecting to it, which is fine. And now I can get back out, release the water again. And yeah, that should work now. All we need to do now is set a minecart up to collect everything from it. But that means connecting it to that minecart track there, which means connecting that track to the circular point that we have down below. But I don't quite have time for that this episode, so we'll do that next time, and we'll finish this farm off and link it all together. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I guess we will see you all again in the next one. Why is this one powered? Oh, it's because I've put the torch under it, haven't I? Yep, minecart torch. It needs to be under this side then. There we go. Let's knock that out. Otherwise, the system's not going to work. Glad we spotted that before we'd ended the episode off. We can technically have to fix the other side as well. Yeah, it's both sides are the same. All I wanted to do was just say goodbye to you guys, but it looks like I'm having to fix problems already. But I'm glad I spotted this beforehand. Otherwise, we'd have been in for a hell of a problem when I came back to this and found that it didn't work. There we go. 1, 2 there. Looks like we're just waiting for a melon to grow to harvest the whole thing. But like I said, thanks for watching, and I will see you all again in the next episode. Bye-bye.